Hi guys, PJ here, back with another game review. This time we on Steamworld Dig, and now the guys at Thunderful Developments have graciously given me the key and the invite to come and try this game out. It's in early development at the moment, but there is a demo up on Steam if you want to try it yourself. You can download the demo and give it a go. Now, I've ran this thing for 2 or 3 hours up to now, and I must admit it is one of the better city builders that I've ever played. Now, I've played a few, all the way back from the original SimCity all those years ago. Quite a lot of experience with these type of games, and this one certainly has a quirk, a bit of a take on it, a bit of a different thing that you can do. Obviously it's set in the steampunk environment. You got some really cute robots, all steam powered of course, needing maintenance and things like that. But basically they're trying to get off the planet, or off this rock as they call it. Now the technology to do that from worlds of old is buried very deep in the ground. So first things first, you guessed it, you got to build a city. Now you start with nothing but a dilapidated train station that can't be used. So in true traditional fashion, you've got to build yourself some residential and get yourself some workers going. But of course, adding workers and adding residential then demands requirements for the actual workers themselves. It's familiar ground. You're going to have to put nice decorations down, saloon down, example, things like that to keep them all happy and entertained. You do need to reach population goals. In fact, you've got milestones at the top of the page that you have to try and hit. Now, they're not particularly difficult, and resource management I found was pretty fair on the whole. You can't just build willy-nilly without the need for resources. So of course you're going to need wood, you're going to need lumber mills and wood processing plants, etc, etc. Of course a market, and everything has to be in, well, a reasonable distance of your residential and connected via roads or paths. Otherwise, as you can see there, you can't actually get your workers to the building. So they can't run across the train line because, well, in the future that train line might become active. In fact, if we skip forward slightly, you'll see what I mean. After about an hour into the game, you should have a fully functioning, self-sufficient in a way, town with decorations such as the windmills, various cactuses that you can put around the place for decor, and start expanding on the actual resource buildings themselves. So not only will you have lumber mills and woodcutting yards, etc., you will have things to service the actual population being steam robots, so of course they need upkeep, they need repair, so you've got to have a special facility for those, and that's where trading kicks in. So once you've done enough, you can repair the town's train station, which was there originally before you even arrived, just in disrepair. So you get this thing all repaired up, all fixed up, and it opens up train deliveries, which do trundle in. Quite a nice animation there. We've got a steam train going on, of course being a Steamworld type place, and it trundles off, but it does stop at the station, and of course you can do your trading when it does that. All very nice. Right, let's get on to the meat of this thing. Once you've upgraded some of the residential, because as you can see there we've got some residential that look a bit different, a bit more high tech, you can then proceed to the mine. At the back of the map there is an abandoned mine. Now we're going to go to the mine, and to start with you can't actually access it. A bit later on though, the game will sort of give you a tutorial and let you get on with it. Now remember, the story of this thing is they're looking for ancient technology, something that is buried deep underground so that they can get off this rock as they call it. So let's go and have a look at the mine. It's dark and dangerous, and to be honest crumbling, because it hasn't been used in many years. Obviously there's ways to shore the mine up, but before you do that you've got to get your prospectors down there and your miners down there. Now there is a starting bag with gold nuggets in it. Gold nuggets is sort of the currency of the mine. You need it to be able to build everything. The more nuggets you mine, the more you can do, the more it unlocks, and it progresses forwards and forwards. Just like the upper world surface, you can quite easily flip between mine and upper world just by the press of a key, so you can leave it to it and go and see what's happening above ground if need be. Now concentrating on the mine for a little bit. Being a mine, when you mine certain blocks, it does have its own problems, such as water leakages, get the words out, water leakage, and of course the ceiling falling in. Like I say, you can prop the ceiling, there is the ability to do that, so if you mine too far you're going to structurally weaken the place and start causing all sorts of havoc because it has been mined in the past. You can build larger living quarters which will have more and more miners available to yourself. In fact, I think you can go as far as 9 by 9 blocks, so you can have pretty large living quarters once you've hollowed it all out. And if you do need to put a roof support in, that doesn't matter, you can put your living quarters around the roof support, it won't actually get in the way. So you noticed one I just put up there, and that's because there was a crumbling effect going on. If you do see the crumbling effect, prop it up pretty quickly before an accident happens, because mining is the main thing. We are looking for this technology after all. Of course, mining resources, you don't just use them, you can trade them. So when the train comes and you get your train station, you've got your item shop, you can actually trade certain quantities of one thing you've mined or one thing you've farmed from the overworld for different things that you're a bit low on, balancing your economy quite nicely. Unlocks progress as you go through the game at a steady rate. Now, my overall opinion of this game is very, very positive. I've played, like I say, quite a lot of SimCity type building games, and this one is very, very easy to get on with, very easy to learn. You don't really need a tutorial, it's that simple. It's got really nice cartoony graphics, as I'm sure you will agree. I do love the aesthetics of this thing, and having the flip, having the mine segment to it gives another level that I've not really seen before in this style of game. Now, there is a demo, as I mentioned earlier, on Steam. Give that a try out, give it a download. You know, it's due for release fairly soon. It's very polished, guys. I've got no bugs whatsoever with this game, so I've had no crashes, I've had nothing not work, which in this day and age at the moment is quite something to be grateful for. Very, very smooth game. Some nice graphical options as well. You can tune it up or tune it down to suit your own machine and keep it running nice and fast. In fact, if you look at some of the bigger builds that people have done on this demo, they all seem to run really fast on really easy low end hardware, so not a problem. So overall, very good. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10 rating. In my opinion, definitely download the demo if you can, and wait for the full release, because this is a cracking game. Stick it on your wish list, guys, and you can follow the link in my description for details on the game and the demo download. Thanks a lot for watching. That's all from me. Bye for now.